If you're looking for the best FC25 tactics to be running right now, as well as the best formations, then make sure you stick around for the rest of this video. But I'm going to be talking you through the full formation and a full guide for each tactics and when to use them in FC25, not only to get you more wins, but also to have some fun while we're doing it. I want to start this video by addressing the elephant in the room. You've probably seen it. If you've watched my videos before, you know it's not usually there. And if you're new to here, I promise it's not usually there. It's the Harry Potter scar, okay? I know that I look like I've just said no to Mason Greenwood. I fell over. Simple as that. I wish I had a cool story. Fell over, banged my head, and I've got a massive cut on it. So this video was supposed to be gameplay. It was supposed to be coming out a couple of days ago, but I've just not been up to it, man. And the gameplay's been so ass this week that I've just... honestly, I can't be bothered. I don't feel 100%. So I thought... let me run you through what I'm running at the moment and see if we can get you some more wins. Don't forget, as always, guys, if you do enjoy the video, don't forget to drop it a like because it helps other people see it and we help out other average gamers. And if you're new around here, consider subscribing. Sometimes there's gameplay, sometimes I'm not concussed. So anyway, guys, what are the best FC25 formations to be running right now? Well, I'm going to let you guess the first one because I think you might know. Yeah, the 4-2-1-3. What more can be said, man? You'll have seen 1,001 reviews on this formation. It's the best formation in the game. It's broken. It's unreal. And you should be starting with this formation if you're just interested in getting more wins. Do try to make this formation a little bit different, make it as fun as possible. To be honest, I can't take credit for this formation. Can't remember who I stole it off someone on Twitter or X. But yeah, obviously we're running the 4-2-1-3 as the formation. Short passing as the build-up style, not the traditional counter. Line height of 95 aggressive, which is just the meta right now. But the short passing helps you in terms of your wingers in this formation, okay? It is very much a case that this formation is all pass to the wing, cut back, score. Boring as hell, but works unreally well. For the player roles in this formation, guys, your goalkeeper's personal preference, but I go sweeper, keeper and balanced. Both your fullbacks are on fullback and defend. Both your centre-halves are on defender and defend. Both your holding midfielders are on deep line playmaker and build-up. Your cam is on playmaker and build-up. Both your wingers are on inside forward and roaming. And your striker, of course, is on advance forward and attack. And with the ball, it doesn't change that much, guys, to be honest. It stays a sort of 4-3-3 attack. It's the best formation on the game. But where this differs from the other sort of formations out there is that it's not on counter. And what that means is that these two inside forwards will start their runs from a little bit deeper because they're on short passing. You may have to L1 trigger a lot, but I've found that it actually helps rather than hinders. On counter, I've found that the left winger and the right winger just run and bomb straight at the fullback. And 9 times out of 10, the fullback's going to intercept it. On short passing, they actually come a little bit shorter for the ball. If you can 1-2 it with L1 pass, and then they make a run afterwards, makes it so much harder for their fullback to sort of track that run. And it just gives you that little bit of space to get in behind, and then you can do that cut back to your striker or your winger or your cam, and obviously get that goal. And with short passing, the playmaker being on build-up rather than balance just means that they come back a little bit more than they usually do. Sort of acts a little bit like the false 9, just a little bit further into the midfield. And what that means is when you're trying to do the wing play, which this formation is all about, you've got some outlet that drops between the midfield and the defence, so that they're sort of free all the time. And then you've got these deep line playmakers that actually make runs forward as well. So one of them usually will make a run beyond McAtee here. And then you've got a pass centrally, 2 passes on the wing, or a long through ball over the top to the advance forward. In terms of attacking options, it's such a good formation. It's so well balanced. And that's the reason everyone's running it. And if you want to give this cracking 4-2-1-3 a go, here's the code for you on screen now. Make sure you pause the video. Here's a little wave for you. There you go. Now you know that I'm going. Pause it. Copy it. Bye. But let's say you've gone ahead in a game. You may be 2-0 up, 3-0 up, and you just want to see it out. You're thinking there's a little bit of a switch coming. They're starting to play a little bit more aggressively, a little bit more attacking. What shall I do? Well, I have a formation for that. I call it stay chill. I don't like to call it defensive because this isn't the most defensive formation in the game, and I don't like to be ultra defensive. I still want a chance to score and break. And the formation is the 4-2-3-1 wide, guys. An absolute classic, a beautiful formation, so balanced, really good defensively, probably better than the 4-2-1-3 defensively. but good at keeping the ball as well. These two wingers, the left and right mid rather than being wingers, they start their runs from a little bit deeper, and then they help out a little bit more in the defence as well, and it just makes you a lot more solid, but it gives you more passing options as well. So we're going to go short passing for the build-up style again. Like I say, it's that tiki-taka football. You're playing a little bit more defensively. If you want to see the game out, it's a really good formation for keeping the ball. Your line height's going to drop a little bit. So you're going to go for 70. I'd probably actually go for 71, but I've obviously misclicked with my fat concussed fingers. But yeah, 70 to 71, a little bit more conservative than the aggressive high press. But this is about defending more than winning the ball back. You're going to be a lot more solid defensively. And then when you win the ball back, you're in a better position to keep that ball for longer periods. For the player role, goalkeeper, personal preference. Familiar story, both fullbacks on fullback defend. Both centre halves on defender defend. Both holding midfielders on deep line playmaker and build up. Your cam is actually on playmaker balanced in this formation. Both your wingers are on inside forward and balanced. And your striker is on advanced forward attack. Ignore where the players have ended up here. I don't know how it's happened. And with the ball, it looks, again, exactly the same as without, apart from it's a bit more narrow. It's not that narrow when you actually play the game. You can always find these inside forwards because they're unbalanced. They will make wide runs if needed. And then you have the deep line playmakers making these little triangles between the cam. And then the advanced forward running in behind to get through on the counter. But yeah, in terms of a balanced formation, absolutely incredible. Keeps the ball really well. And like I say, if you are winning a game and you just want to see it out and stay a little bit more chill, this is a great formation to switch to. But if you want to give this 4-2-3-1 wide a go yourselves, guys, I'll pop the code on for you here. Pause it, get it paused, get it wrote down, and get it copied. Because it's going. 3, 2, bye. Now, we may not want to think about this next part. It's upsetting for us all. We like to think it never happens, but there will be times where you're losing. I know, crazy. And what you need is an attacking formation, proper attacking formation to get you back in the game, or even if it's 0-0 and you're really having a bummer trying to create chances, switch to this attacking formation and I assure you, you will create chances. And it's the 4-1-2-1-2 wide, and I made this formation myself and I'm super proud of it. I've ran it ever since and it is probably the best attacking formation I've ever used. The amount of options up front is insane. We're going to go build-up style of counter so that everyone is bombing in behind. Defensive approach, 95 line high. Obviously we're going to be ultra aggressive because it's ultra attacking. Get that ball won back. Get back on the attack. For the player roles, goalkeeper, personal preference. For your right fullback or left fullback, completely interchangeable this, but you're going to go false back defend. For both your centre halves, you're going to go defender defend. And depending on which fullback you used, the other one is going to be on fullback and defend. Your holding midfielder is on deep line playmaker and defend. Your wingers are on winger and balanced. Your cam is on shadow striker and attack. And both your forwards are on advanced forward attack. This depends on your roles. I actually prefer to have one on advanced forward and one on poacher, but look at your roles, see which ones works best for your strikers. And here's what it looks like with the ball, guys, and this is the only reason I made it. For the old school 3-5-2, the nostalgia vibes, man. I ran the 3-5-2 for years and it was such a good attacking formation, and unfortunately on FC25, 3 at the back formations are just straight poo-poo. So I decided to make it so that at least with the ball, we have a 3-5-2. And it works so well. So your shadow striker is key, works really well in the attack because if you're on sort of a quick transition, these forwards will split, this cam will go in between, and then you're attacking with a bank of 5, and you can just make cuts from left to right, and your opponent just doesn't have chance to catch up. You usually, I'd say probably 9 times out of 10, you end up 5-on-4, which is unreal. Now what's crucial here as well is your wingers. Obviously I'm, as you've seen from the other formation, big advocate of inside forward. But in this formation, wingers just work so much better. They hold that width. They're still running behind on winger, but it gives you sort of an arrow formation moving forward. And then they're an option. Have a right-footed one on the right, left-footed one on the left. Then you've got the option to cross. But also, if you receive it deep, like they actually are here, it gives you an incisive pass. And there's always an option for an R1A pass to your right-sided forward. So if it's from the left, you can do a diagonal to the right. Likewise, if it's your right winger, you can do a diagonal to the left. And then you can either cut it back to this cam and shoot, or cut it back to this cam, pass again and shoot, or you could take it and then run in behind and shoot. It is honestly so good offensively. Here's the code on screen for you now, guys, if you want to give it a go yourselves, and I strongly recommend you do if you're looking for something a bit more attacking, and I'm going to say it, a hell of a lot of fun. If you're fed up of running the 4-2-1-3, give this one a go. It is so much fun. And then my final formation to add into the repertoire, this is probably to counter the 95 depth more than anything. Obviously everyone's running the 95 depth at the moment, and if you come against a player that is, let's face it, better than you, it can be difficult to build your way up. You're not going to get many attacks because you're just going to lose the ball as soon as you get it back, and it can be a damn hard time. So what I decided to do was make a Tiki-Taka formation to counter this, in that I could keep the ball better, and if they are pushing their defenders out so much and pressing you so much, if you can just ping those quick little passes around them, it's more than likely that you're going to create an opportunity, because they're going to be pulling their players out of position, and that leaves one of your players free on goal. And the formation in question is the 4-1-3-2. I know it's a little bit of a strange one, but trust me, in the build-up, for some reason, Tiki-Taka, it just works. Going short passing for the build-up style again. Defensive approach, line height 70-71. For the player roles, goalkeeper personal preference. This time both your fullbacks are on false back and balanced. Both your centre halves are on defender defend. Your holding midfielder is on centre half defend. Your cam is on playmaker attack. Both your wingers are on winger and balanced. And both your forwards are on advanced forward attack. And here's what it looks like with the ball, man. And yeah, you have got a passing option everywhere in this formation. If you wanted to be even more passy, you could swap your advanced forwards to complete, and they'd make runs to the wing, and then you have passing options everywhere. I just like to have them a little bit more central because I actually like to score as well as just pass it around for ages. But yeah, this is what I've found is best to counteract that 95 depth. If you are struggling against a player and they are pressing you all over the pitch, this is where your options come from. As soon as you win the ball, these two false backs come flying forward. Your holding midfielders running backwards, so they're also on for a pass because they're coming away from the press. And then if you need a longer ball, you've got your wingers out wide, so you can just go straight over the press to your winger, and then you've got your advanced forwards up front that you can do another through ball to. The likelihood is if they're pressing you that high, they're going to have gaps at the back, and you can exploit that. This formation is incredible for keeping the ball, even if you're seeing out a win. Can be worked really well, but yeah, to counter that 95 depth, to counter that high pressure, get a Tiki-Taka formation in rotation and just pass it around them for days. And if you're interested in giving this formation a try, guys, here's the code on the screen for you. Take a note of it because it's going to be gone now. Anyway, guys, I think that's going to do it for the video today. I mean, that's 4 formations for you to give a good try to. Really fun. Obviously, the 4-2-1-3 is the best one, but all of them are fun to give a try if you're looking for something a little bit different and to use in those scenarios, like I said, when you need defense, when you need attack, when you need to keep the ball, switch to these formations, and I promise they will help you get more wins. Sorry that there's not more gameplay in the video, guys. Unfortunately, I just don't feel up to it right now. I'm working on something because the gameplay's been so ass that I just feel like I need to make some changes to the team. So I'm working on that in the background, sort of just working my way through things. But I promise, hopefully in the coming days, some more gameplay videos, maybe some crazy formations coming up. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop it a like, guys. It helps me out no end. Remember, I'm injured. Come on, sympathy likes. And if you're new around here, consider subscribing. More FC25 content every week. Anyway, hey, have a great rest of your day. I'll speak to you soon. Bye!